Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of the Suited Shootist. And after last week's video, it was brought to my attention that I didn't really delve too deeply into the how of my ankle IFAK. So I wanted to touch on that real quick. And so I'm going to go over how I configure it and how I orient it, because those two pieces of it really are critical to, at least for me, making an ankle medical kit conceal effectively. So in order to show you that, I'm going to be using this, I guess it's a boot tree. Use it to have hold the shape of the boot's upper, because I'm still wrestling with the whole B-roll thing with Adobe Premiere. And also this is just easier than trying to mock up the shot just to show my calf. Jumping into it, I am going to be showing the Filster ankle IFAK for this. I think gives us some good contrast. This is a pretty good representation of how I have my ankle kit set up. I'll have the previous generation sof-t tourniquet that doesn't have the little C-clip windlass retainer, because that helps to keep things slimmer. I've got the quick clot gauze here as well. And then in that third pouch, this one has a chest seal, or I'll do like the H&H mini compression bandage. Both of those are good options. I'll generally do one or the other, because both, again, tends to start getting a little bit too beefy. The orientation of this is really important. So, you've got like the swell of the calf up here. I will basically position this thing immediately below my calf, so that way the drape of the pant will allow the bulky items of the medical kit to fall into that void. This is why clothing fit is important, because if there's a break in your pants at the back of the leg, at the knee, then you kind of lose that empty space. Number one, it screws up the lines, but it also, you lose that void that you can take advantage of for something like this. So again, fit matters when it comes to concealment. I prefer to run the tourniquet on the back side of my leg below the calf, because it's kind of the bulkiest item. I still haven't really been able to do this that successfully with a cat tourniquet, but supposedly you probably could. And again, that's the best place to run it based on what I've found. And then again, just kind of depending on how your particular ankle kit is set up, this also is where everything actually overlaps as well. So the largest physical volume of space is at the back of my leg below my calf muscle. And then I keep the slimmest stuff on the side panels, and this little kind of flap of the quick clot I'm not overly concerned about, for a couple of reasons. Number one, the weight of the fabric of most of my pants and jeans will press that down, and I prefer to have a little bit of kind of a grab handle that I can pull that out with, so that way I'm not having to fish for it. But again, this is why not only the construction of your ankle kit in terms of quality is important, but thoughtfulness. Because if for whatever reason you've got like the overlap here but the biggest pouch here, then you're adding mass and volume to both sides, and that starts getting a little bit more challenging in terms of how you can actually conceal the thing. The other thing that I want to call out is I don't run this where the ankle kit is sitting on top of my shoe. Reason being is, if you followed some of my Facebook and Instagram posts, I kind of like doing the Eurotrash thing, in terms of sometimes I go sockless, but I generally prefer little to no break in my dress trousers and my slacks. And I don't like a whole lot of extra volume of fabric in my denim, because since I am barrel chested and broader build, that excess fabric adds visual bulk to me as well, and makes me look bigger in an unflattering way. So I want to make sure that when I sit down and the cuff of the pant comes up, there's enough space for it to do so without much, if any, of the ankle kit showing. Now, obviously, this is going to be dependent on your build, your height, whether you are long shinned or long femored. There's a lot that goes into this. So this is not going to necessarily work for everybody, but conceptually, these are the aspects that I try and go for. So again, very high level. Number one, you keep the largest bulk at the back of your leg under the calf. You want to make sure that you have it riding realistically as high up on the leg as possible, so that way you're not showing it whenever you sit down. And there's people out there that are going to say, oh, well, it's just an ankle kit, you know, it's medical, it's not like it's a gun, so who cares? Technically, yes, but carrying medical supplies at all, let alone carrying them on something like an ankle rig, is weird. So my dog's making a a little cameo appearance here in the background. Another part of the security system. Anyways, but yeah, so that's going to be a major component of it. Excuse me. That's enough. There we go. So yeah, you don't want too much bulk there, and you want it riding to where you want to keep it invisible, if at all possible. So when it comes to all of that, you're going to have to play around and find out what works best for you, but keeping it minimal, making sure that you are intentionally putting stuff in certain places, and all of that is really how you strike the best balance. So let me know how you guys set up your ankle kits. Do you do something like this, or do you do something different? I want to hear about it down in the comments. Outside of that, hope everybody has a fantastic week. Stay dangerous and stay sharp.